Hello, Greeley. Here is your May 19th Greeley City Council meeting recap. Everything on the agenda ended up ultimately passing through. One item from the consent agenda was pulled briefly, which was the grant funding for the homeless program. Melissa McDonald had pulled this with concerns of what was going to happen when the money ran out. She kind of echoed what Olson had said at the work session, that because grants have run out, that's why we're in the budget crisis, which I don't think is entirely all of it. However, the city representative did clarify that that grant isn't funding a position. It is just added services that we can provide to our community. And so when it runs out, it doesn't have to be replaced, though they can continue to look at getting new grants. Our new Ward 1 councilman, Craig Huddleston, was sworn in. I was really impressed. It was his very first meeting, and he asked several questions, provided feedback, explained some of the thoughts he was having. He was clearly very prepared, so that was nice to see. There were a lot of people who spoke during citizen input. A couple of the themes were around the cost recovery model that was brought up at the work session last week. I spoke to that as well. There were several people who spoke about concerns of what that's going to do to our museums. One member actually called out City Council that if they were to move forward with the recommendations from cost recovery to move the management of the museums to a 501c3, they'd actually be violating the charter with an ordinance that passed in 2024 saying that the city would manage the museums. But they're looking at if they follow the model, they would be raising costs on average about 300%. So I do have a video up on Greeley Free Press that they'd posted of me giving more details there. Feel free to check that out. There was also a very cute group of second graders from my kids' school, actually, Fred Chartis School of Innovation, who came to speak to City Council to request that park bathrooms be open for more of the year. It was pretty cute and ultimately led to an initiative being proposed by Rudy to check into that and see if we can extend the months that those bathrooms are open. I did also speak again during public hearing around the city manager salary and benefits. Unfortunately, I was cut short by Mayor Hall pretty quick into it as I expressed my concern around the lack of oversight for our former city manager around the benefits and the need for more of that. As I went into some of the details there, I was told that I wasn't to speak about that and that we needed to be working on moving forward. Everything on the agenda passed 7-0 with the exception of the zoning for Uptown, which is going to be over by Delantero off of County Road 17 and Highway 34 on the south side of the highway. Deb DeBoutez had shared her concerns and voted against it because of the zoning with industrial and retail and fear that it becomes our entrance into Greeley is just another strip mall. So she did vote against that. But otherwise, the more complete is in the body, or if you're watching this on a platform where I can't put all of that in, feel free to check me out on my Facebook. If you have any questions, please let me know.